Hey, this is Erica here. I am Erica, the owner of Brook Alexandria Spa and Erica Hope Coaching and Consulting. I come to you today to bring to you the Carepreneur Circle members. We are doing a Shop Live event tonight. This is some of the members here to bring us some of their products and services. And we're very excited to be here. This is our second Shop Live event. So hopefully you all will see something that you like, either a product or a service, and buy into the program or the product. You can get the live link purchase. You can get the link from carepreneur.com, Carepreneur Circle, carepreneurcircle.com, which is on the screen as well. So first we will have Yane Indigo as our first speaker. Welcome, Yane.
Thank you, Erica. I appreciate you. And I want to first just start off by letting people know that what we're doing here is we're coming together. It's a group of women who are coming together to support each other as we do the good work in the world and share our awesome products with the world. And so it's really awesome in both parts. In both the products are great, and also like the sisterhood is great. And so I just really appreciate that and want to speak to that. One of the things what it is that I'm offering here and on this Shop Live event that I offer in the world, that I offer to the sisters in the circle, is abundance coaching. And so my coaching service is called Free and Flow, Navigating Abundance. And the concept is really looking at the fact that there's a lot of conversation right now about abundance. So a lot of people have come to understand, be introduced to the idea that there is an abundant world, and that the universe is here to respond to our desires and to what it is that we put out there, and that we can have abundance, and that we can manifest and attract to ourselves the things that we want. And all of that is true. And there's ways that works, and there's ways that works for us as individuals, and then there's ways that works for us as a collective, and there are ways that how it works for us as individuals affects the collective, and vice versa. And so what I do through Free and Flow is I help people to understand the ways that works, to understand some of the practical, I guess the exercises, like the practical things that you can do in order to tap into that process of abundance and manifestation and attraction, and to do it in a way that is empowered, and instead of like it just being something that happens to you. A lot of times people don't realize the things that they're attracting to themselves, and so they will feel like, oh, I'm doing my abundance work because I say this or I do this, but they don't realize how in so many other aspects of their lives, they're actually communicating the opposite to the universe. And then they get the opposite of what they said they wanted, but they don't realize that actual opposite is what they have more consistently said they wanted, just as an example. And so with the coaching, we can look at the mindset that people have. We can look at what the things are that people are practicing. We can look at what fears you have. We can look also at what it is that you're pursuing for yourself. So if you're pursuing things that are not really core to who you are, because we live in a society where people are told who they should be, they're told what they should want, and you are focusing on things that are not actually true to what you want in your at the depth of yourself, if they're not true to what you want in your subconscious life and in your subconscious world, then that will also create conflict. And so being able to discern the difference between the person that you have been told you're supposed to be, the person that you have been programmed to be, We talk a lot about that nowadays. We talk about programming. We talk about people being programmed by the system, all of those ideas. But that's, for some people, that's really clear. But for a lot of people, that's kind of an idea that they don't necessarily know, like understand the nuances of that, what that looks like, where it shows up. And they also don't understand how to do anything about it. And they may or may
So,
not know how to actually get to who they really are. So that's some of the stuff that we look at and talk about.
so Yane,
Erica?
how would you help someone confront their fear if that's the um, the obstacle that's in their way?
It really depends on like so the first thing I think that I would do is seek to understand like really what the fear is and and help to identify what the root of the fear is and where it comes from. So there's so many different kinds of fears. There's the very external obvious fear of like, oh, it's a cat and I'm afraid of that. And there's, that very clear fear. But then there are a lot of other fears that don't even like register to you as a fear. And so one of the things would be to like, there's a lot of conversation that happens and happens over time. So one of the things with our coaching, the coaching has a 6-month commitment and we meet once a month. And part of the reason for that is because a lot of the things that we want to dig into, it takes a while to get to the bottom of it. And it's not like a quick fix. Like, here, I tell you 3 things and now you can move in, everything is abundant, right? So we have to get to really like even looking at certain behaviors, looking at the things that we tell ourselves, looking at things that other people are telling us. There may be things that we have been told about ourselves that we believe about ourselves and we don't even question that. So there's a lot of examination around fears, around beliefs, self beliefs, projected beliefs, limiting beliefs, practices, the ways that we operate. You might be able to look at what your daily practice is, how you move through the day, and be able to examine through through your daily practices what some of your fears or hesitations may be in order to then begin the process of unpacking it. So fears come in a lot of shapes and sizes, and so one of the big things is just about figuring out um, how to identify the fears and then get to the roots of them, where they come from, and then be able to start looking at some different perspectives that you can take, either um, about like the fear may be, can I accomplish a thing? And if that's the fear, you might need to, it may be about your abilities, or it may be about worrying about whether or not you can accomplish it. Like, is that even what's important, for example? So
Yeah.
it really just depends on, the individual and what it is that they're, what they're working through.
So I really think your name is kind of cool, free and flow. But can you just give me give me a perspective of how you came about with your name? Um,
Yes. So, um, the reason that I named it the coaching service Free and Flow is because they go together. So if you are seeking to identify or come to a place where you can experience more freedom, then part of what that lines up with is your ability to line in or to align with your purpose, and that being aligned, your purpose aligns you with the universe, right? It aligns you with spirit. It aligns you with that which creates the abundance in the first place, right? And so I'm going to tell, a little story. It's a little personal story, but I'm going to tell this story. It's a hemorrhoid story.
oh
So
Lord.
when I first got here to Dominican Republic, I'm in Dominican Republic. I've been here since December 10th. And so like a week or so after I got here to Dominican Republic, I was experiencing hemorrhoids. And so because of the hemorrhoids, I had to like be more relaxed in my bathroom time. And
Mm-hmm.
so, if I tried to put a lot of pressure, then I would just have more pain. And so I had to like, if I'm trying to go somewhere, it's like, oh, it's time to go. And now you got to go to the bathroom. You want to hurry up and get your bathroom in out of the way so you can go and do whatever it is you want to do. And I couldn't do that. I had to just sit and I had to just let it go. And I realized while I was, sitting that I'm like, this is actually like, I could hear like the universe saying like this, we're talking to you through your body. I'm telling you how this works through what's going on with your body. And so I
Mm-hmm.
was seeing that when I just relaxed. So first of all, like now I'm not like, oh, I think I'm going to have to go to the bathroom and I'm going to rush to the bathroom and try to force
Mm-hmm.
myself to go faster. I'm just going to wait until it's time. And then when it's time, I sit down and I don't allow pressure and everything flowed more quickly. What I
Yeah.
realized was pressure creates hemorrhoids, right? When you allow yourself to go, then you move into flow, everything moves more rapidly, more easily. So that was one of the things that, the flow concept has been happening for me. Erica, that I went to Costa Rica and I was camping in the jungle alongside of the river. And the river really was the where I first got the message around like flow and like you gotta just like leave it out of take it out of your hands. And this is like a spiritual concept that you hear all the time. Take it out of your hands and put it into the hands of God, of the creator, of the universe, right? And that is really what the flow is about. And then when you are moving into flow and when you have that flow, there is, it seems like it seems counterintuitive. It seems like you're saying, well, I'm giving somebody else, or some other entity control over my life, and that's not freedom. But it actually is because there's so much alignment, and that it's really what you are desiring internally that's manifesting externally, and you have to put less pressure into it, so you end up experiencing more freedom. You end up being free emotionally, you end up being free psychologically, and and even just as it relates to your time and things, because you are realizing that there's so much more that can be done through you in the connection to that flow than what you're able to do with all of your pressure.
So just to
Yeah.
bring our audience back, because we've been talking for a little bit and people have been jumping on and off, just tell like who you are and what you are offering tonight, just to bring it back around for a circle one more time, because there's a
Sure.
people been jumping on and off.
Yeah. So I'm Yane Indigo. I am an organizer, a freedom builder, and I believe in freedom. I live a much more free life than a lot of other people do. Usually, for people to live the way that I live, they have to be like independently wealthy. I am abundant. And so my wealth is not through the typical like capital of like money. My wealth is through spiritual abundance. And so I live with my spiritual abundance in a lot of ways very similar to how people live who have like financial independence in the capitalist environmental sense. And I enjoy helping other people to reach that level of freedom, to be able to enjoy and experience freedom themselves. And so I offer coaching in order to help people to find their path into abundance, and to the abundance is always there. So when I say navigating abundance, it's actually understanding how you find your way into the experience of the abundance that's always there for you anyway. And so what I'm offering through Carepreneur Circle is a discount on the initial co-assessment or co-application consulting. So what the consulting is, when we consult, the question is, are we a good fit for each other? So it's not just you seeing if you're a good fit for me, or me trying to sell being a good fit for you. I don't do a lot of coaching because I have a lot of other organizing and creative projects that I work on. But I like to always be able to have some time that I carve out and set aside for working with people individually. So the assessment is an opportunity for us to sit down with each other and to identify whether or not we may be a good fit for each other as it relates to establishing a coaching relationship, with which again comes with a 6-month commitment. So I'm offering the 45-minute co-application or co-assessment consultation for a discount is usually $150. I'm offering it for $110 if you want to get it through Carepreneur Circle. So if you go to carepreneurcircle.com, you'll find the link to be able to purchase the 45-minute co-application consultation and get it, like I said, at that discount rate of $110. And I just would say, if you should be comfortable with the idea of going in for a 6-month commitment if you are going to even get the co-application consult, if you're going to even, look into that and explore that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing with us. I know that you do travel a lot with your lifestyle. So where are you right now, you say?
Right now I'm in the Dominican Republic. So this trip here is a 5-month trip. So I spent 4 months here in Dominican Republic, or I have been here for like a little over 2 months now. And I will be here until April 2nd. And then I'm going to Thailand, and I'll be in Thailand for a month. So the reason that I travel is there are a couple of reasons that I travel so much. One is because I'm a builder, a community builder, and a freedom builder, and I have a global view. I want to see everyone all over the globe to be able to live well, to be able to live their purpose, to be able to experience freedom, to experience no unnecessary suffering, and so I travel to connect with other people who would be able to work together with me and the community of people who I'm a part of on building a different kind of world and making it extend across the globe. And another reason that I like to travel is in order to delve into other kinds of spiritual practices and learn. So the spiritual is a big part of the freedom that I experience, and is a big part of a lot of the freedom that exists in the world. Like, I don't know what we would be like from the perspective of people who have been enslaved here. I don't know what we would be like if it weren't for the spiritual practices of the people of Haiti, right? So right here on the land where I am, there were people who were here who were enslaved, and they overcame and defeated the French Navy, which was the most feared and considered the most powerful Navy in the world at that time. And they did that. A lot of that was accomplished through their spiritual practices. And so, the freedom that we experience is what happened in the rest of the world was very influenced by what the people of Haiti were able to accomplish. That inspired people all over the world to know that it was possible to win your freedom, even in the conditions that our ancestors were in. And so that spiritual, indigenous ancestral spiritual practices are really important to me. And that's another reason why I travel, and wherever I go, I connect with spiritual people in those locations in order to learn more that I can bring to the effort to build freedom for our whole collective community.
So free and flow, navigating abundance. Yane Indigo. You can purchase her 45 minutes consultation. Is it an application they go through, Yane, or is it just?
No. When they purchase the consultation, then I'll reach out and set up an appointment. And then we will just have a session via Zoom at a time that works for both of us. And I take them through a series of questions in order for them to be able to like give me some information, but I also give feedback in that process so that they get information from me. So they kind of get a little bit of coaching in that co-application consultation in response to the things that come up. And that is how they can get an idea. Like, are the suggestions that I'm offering to them, are they resonating? Is the insight that I'm offering to them, is it resonating with them? And so that's part of how they are able to get a determination of whether or not they think they want to. Like, it doesn't take a lot for me to be able to see some of what's possible. There's also like intuition that I bring to the table. Sometimes I'm able to be able to say like, here, this is something that's going on that, you know, is the blockage is this thing right here. Or, you know, I can like kind of shine a light on something that's coming for them that they may not have been able to see yet. So they can kind of get a sense from that process of what it would be like to be coached by me. And I can also get a sense of whether or not they're ready to go in the kind of direction that I would be coaching them towards, because it is a life-shifting, life-changing kind of approach. There's certain things that once you know them, you can't unknow them. And once you know yourself in a certain way, you can't unknow that. So it's kind of like when I've worked jobs. I don't really work jobs, but the last time, you know, when I one job I worked long time ago, like 20 years ago. I was in the job. I'm doing my job super hard, working really hard in this position. And most of the jobs that I've had, all the jobs I've had as an adult, with one exception, have all been care jobs working to make things better for people, working with people in our community who are having some difficulties, different kinds of service kinds of work. And so in this job, of course, I'm doing this work. I'm working with young people, they're teens and young adults. And I love the work, and the young people, you know, really connected with me as well. But there was a lot about it that was really difficult as far as the adults that I was working with and them not really liking my freedom. At that time, my hair was blue and I don't wear bras. And they're like, oh, none of this stuff is okay. I had my little bull ring at the time and my piercings and my tattoos. And they're like, oh, we don't know if this is okay with the kids, but we hired you, but we got to give you lots of problems. And it was really becoming very oppressive for me. But then I took some time off. When I took some time off, like I had to leave for, you know, to go handle something creative. And when I finished that, I was supposed to go back and I couldn't go back. I couldn't return. Like, I got a break from the oppressive environment and I could not go back to that. I could not force myself to go back to that. I never worked another day in that. I just abandoned the job. And it's like that when you go through this process, you are going to engage in a process of self-discovery that is going to make you, like, the things that cause suffering in your life, you're going to be able to identify how those things are separate from who you are, and you're not going to want to go back to those things. And the things that don't give you joy, the things that don't give you pleasure, the things that don't give you a sense of purpose, you're not going to, once you begin to identify where the joy is, once you begin to identify where that purpose is, you're not going to want to go back to that. So it is a real process of rediscovery and reassertion of self, you know, back to who you are at your core before everybody else is some other person that you were supposed to be. What would you say?
And a mind shift,
It's
shifting your mindset.
It's a complete shift in your mindset. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, that's one of the things that I work to assess is like, how ready are you for that? Because if you're not ready, then you're not ready. So I don't want to take a person on who's not ready. Another thing is, are you going to be serious? Are you going to actually do the work that comes
the commitment
with
of it?
And because it's not just about committing your money and this time that this monthly session, right? It's all the things you do in between one monthly session and the next monthly session, which is why I do monthly. So you have time to like really practice something new, have time to do these new things, and then have enough time to like watch it and be able to reflect on the impact that it is having in your life. So yeah, that's the freedom, the process of getting to freedom, I mentioned that purgatory process of going from point A, where you were, to point B, where you want to get to, and that
Right.
space in between, how much the struggle can be in that space, because you're moving from a whole system of way of being to a whole different way of being systematically. And so, there can be some struggle with that. And there also needs to be a readiness to go through the different, and those struggles look different for each person. Sometimes the struggle is a financial struggle. Sometimes the struggle is an emotional struggle. There's loss that that you have to go through. There's a purging of your life to let go of old things that really have not been serving your spirit, and really connecting with and making room and space for new things. So it's a real process that people need to be ready for.
Yep. So thank you for sharing, Yane. Again, if you're interested in working with Yane and her Free and Flow Navigating Abundance program, please go to the carepreneurcircle.com. She have gave a discounted rate for her coaching consultation tonight. So thank you. I appreciate you being one of the active members in our group and helping this group flourish and grow with these bunch of women entrepreneurs that we are pulling each other up by the bootstraps and holding each other accountable. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you, Erica. And thank you for, I just want to reiterate also, like, you have, been entrepreneurial and, and doing that work. And you've hit some difficult times in that process, which is, like we talked about, is kind of what comes with, like, pursuing purpose, pursuing passion, and pursuing freedom inside of a system that is not really here for that. And with so many, with so much patriarchy and sexism, as well as racism, that can fight against you. And I just really appreciate that the difficulties that you experienced, your way of looking at it was, oh, I'm going through this, other people may be going through this too. And we shouldn't have to go through this. We can support each other and help each other so that we don't actually have to go through that anymore, and to put together a whole container in order to make it possible for women to come together and to support each other, so that the suffering, struggle, the obstacles that we have to encounter, that it's lessened, and that we can help each other navigate towards our abundance, right? So,
because I think a lot of people leave that part out. They talk about all the successes and how you accomplish all these things, right? So we have all these degrees, right? Master degree, I'm master, you're master. We got all this education. We did all these great things, but nobody talk about the struggle to get there. Nobody talk about the all the failures that we had to get to be where you are, right? So I definitely think that that's need to be spoke about more. People get to the success, but you have to go through failure in order to get through the success. Get to the success. And people don't talk about that part. And sometimes that failure is great. It's like, do you have the strength to get back up? And sometimes you don't have the strength to get back up. You literally have people like, get up, girl, So yeah, I appreciate you guys like just hanging in there and keep pushing through, because it's not easy out here, and people don't talk about the struggle of it. And everybody's on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and they like, I made it.
Yeah, everything is so
wonderful. Right. Nobody talk about all the in between. Right. You're a mom, you're an employee, you're an employer, you're a student, you're a teacher. You wearing all these hats. And I used to say all the time, like, I got 18 plates in the air. Like, some of them have to come down. Which one can I take down? Which one can I let just spin? Like, and people used to be like, what are you saying? I'm like, it's literally like 18 plates going at all time, so you have to learn to navigate them and see which one you just gonna let spin out there on that stick.
And it's like, when we was talking yesterday and you were saying how you used to be like, what y'all they do all day?
like literally like 15 years ago, when I had a corporate mindset and I was climbing that corporate ladder in the administration realm, and I was like, I'm at work. I know what I'm doing, but what are you doing all day? You like, I'm exhausted. I'm like, well, what the hell is she doing all day? Like, she ain't got no job. And now I
Right.
get it because I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, oh my
between
God, I'm doing way
coaching,
more work.
yeah, between coaching all day, people reaching out to me, still running the business, trying to be supportive to friends and family, and a mother that's 82. Like,
Right.
it's a
And
lot.
then people think that you don't have anything that you're doing because you're not at somebody else's office. So more people are reaching out to you. More people are trying to grab you and get you to support them because in their mind, you ain't doing nothing because you ain't at no office, right? So you
Right.
actually have more people who are out here
They
pursuing
like,
your support,
when
but they
when
don't
you
even know
see
how
me,
to support you back because they can't even understand or imagine that you actually are doing anything if you don't have somebody else who's telling you what to do and and signing your checks and all of those
right,
kinds of things.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I literally used to say to myself, "What the hell is she doing all day?" She always talk about how busy she is, how exhausted she ain't got no job. But girl, I get it now.
And I used to
I
always
get it.
say I'm the hardest working unemployed person in
Yeah,
America. And and people used to laugh when I said it, but it is. It's like it, but at least the work that you're doing, you have joy connected to it because of that great sense of purpose. And it doesn't
yeah,
feel like you just given all of yourself to somebody else who's enriching themselves off of you. Like what you're giving yourself to is your own vision and to your community right next to you, your
right.
children, your mother,
Yeah,
your family, your friends, your neighbors. And so
yeah,
it feels so much better. Even that fatigue, it feeds you back because you can see the benefits. You can see, like, it's not like you planting flowers somewhere, 200 miles away, and then you go home and you're looking at a desert. You are
right.
seeing the flowers blooming where, right where you are. And that's so much better. And,
It
I was going to
is.
say, too, you talking about that struggle piece, that's I've been running, and and that's one of the, it's an easy example that came to my mind, how I've been like putting all this effort into my running. And and then I have, like, I show myself like I did it, but I really, for that reason that you were saying, also made sure that I showed, like, myself, like, I'm crying because I just don't want to run. Like, I feel so terrible. Like, I just don't want to go, like that discouragement that I had for, this moment or that moment, or like, I'm silly. I've been running around in old hand-me-down basketball sneakers with no socks on, and people being able to see, like, oh, she crazy. Like, but I didn't know no better. I'm
Right.
show myself swimming, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm people are like, yo, you got to do it like this. You got to, so I'm, being vulnerable is something that we need to do more of in our world. We need to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. We need to have more transparency. We need to have the ability to give grace to ourselves and share, our I don't want to call them failures or mistakes, but share our process so that we can, transform ourselves in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. Um, so I totally agree. So I want to thank you again for being a part of the Carepreneur Circle. You can tap into Yane free offer, free discounted offer tonight on carepreneurcircle.com. Her offer is there, free and flow navigating abundance. So thank you so much, Yane. Are you talking to me?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm happy to be here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks. So we are not done yet. I will give our next guest speaker a moment to get herself together. Anna, you can put on the offer before the members circle, and we'll give Nakia a few minutes, and then we'll a few seconds, 30 seconds or so, and we'll come back. Welcome back, y'all. Hey. Welcome to the Carepreneur Circle. Our Carepreneur Circle is our group of entrepreneur women. We are located throughout the states. We are in New York, New Orleans, Michigan, North Carolina, Florida. Mona's trying to get in. Anna, do you see Mona trying to get in? Can you let her in? We are a bunch of entrepreneur women that are supporting each other. Thanks. Next, we have Nikki up with the Shana Closet. And Nikki, come on in. I see you.
Okay.
I don't know why everybody's. Yes. Welcome, Nikki. It's going to be Nikki up at Shana Closet. Yeah.
Yes.
Hello. Hi, Nikki. Anna, you can switch the screen to just Nikki. Nikki, unless you want me. About yourself.
Oh, my name is Nikki. My business is Aishana's Closet. It is a clothing brand. We offer a lot of streetwear apparel, comfortable wear, high end. I have a list of stuff that I'll be showcasing today. I will start with my sweatshirt. All right, so this is a branded Aishana sweatshirt. You know, you could throw this on, you could wear it to the airport. When I go through the airport, this is my look. Always have on a hoodie or a sweatshirt. I also pair it with my tights, also my logo tights. It is spandex. It has great stretch. It's logoed on the bottom, Aishana's Closet, and also on the waistband. It's also high waist, so you know it gives a lot of tummy control. My sizes are from small all the way to extra large.
So, Nikki, we have a question in coming through. They want to know what's the meaning of Aishana Closet. What's the meaning of Aishana?
Aishana is my middle name, and it's also my daughter's middle name. So
it's a family.
It's a family name. Yes, and I want to, pass it down through generations. So that's
okay. So the sweatshirt you have on, is that true to size?
It is true to size. So it's unisex. So on women, if it's a little big, this is a small I'm wearing, and it's perfect. It's perfect sizing for me.
Yeah.
If you want it tighter, you could size down. So, but they're true to size, pretty much.
Okay.
And the tights also, they are true to size. They have like great stretch. I wear them all the time to the airport, and they're very durable.
Okay.
And I only have them in one color at this time, but I will be adding more colors.
And what's the price range for that?
So the price for the tights, on my website, they are through Carepreneur Circle. I'm doing a discount, so the pricing for it, I'm looking up right now. For my tights on here, it is $25.
Okay. And the sweatshirt?
So, and the sweatshirts are $40.
Okay. And did you have other sweatshirts to show us?
So I do have other sweatshirts. Welcome to my closet.
Oh, that's a nice closet.
Thank you. I have other colors in the sweatshirt.
Oh, that's pretty.
So this is orange. Yes, this is an orange and blue. It's a pretty color too.
Yes,
this is cute. Size small. Also,
and what size do you go up to, Nikki?
I go up to an extra large. Yes, so this is, I also have it in gray. that I'm wearing, and blue. This is the blue. And this is a medium. So this is very
So
comfortable.
all of the do you have any hoodies or all of them just crew necks?
In this design, they're crew necks. But I do
Okay.
have hoodies in my other design. I'll start with this one. This is my signature logo here. And I have these hoodies in all different type colors. I have black, I have green, I have orange, red, whatever color, the whole variety of colors I have.
So how much is the hoodie?
The hoodie is $45.
Okay. And all of this is through, they can purchase it through your link from carepreneurcircle.com.
Yes. So actually, the hoodies are 40, the sweatshirts are 45. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right. I also have socks. I have branded socks. This is a green one. This is actually my favorite color, but I know this is like a out there color for everybody. This is a green. I also have black and white. This is a green. It's very good quality. I wear them all the time. I wear them to work. When I'm getting dressed, I have my Aisha's Closet socks. I'll show you the black ones also. But I have two different logos on them. So this one is the Aisha's Closet written out. And this one is my Circle signature logo.
Okay.
And these socks, let me see the prices of the socks. I need a second person. So our socks are $10.
Okay.
Let's see, this is the black one with our signature logo on there. Also, I have scarves available.
Is that a silk scarf?
This is a silk scarf. I have them in a variety of colors also. I have them in colors to match all of the colors of our socks. So this green, sorry. So I have green to match green. I have black to match the black. These are silk scarf. Anywhere I'm going, again through the airport, my Aisha's Closet out. I have my scarf, I have my sweatshirt, my tights, my socks. You know, I'm going through, a little nice and comfy. And this is, it's pretty big. I also wear it. You know, I wear it if I'm wearing like shorts. I always bring my scarf and I put it over my legs if I'm cold. I also wear it over. I went to my grandmom's funeral a few years ago. You know, I had it over my dress. Like you could wear it a variety of ways. I also have them in smaller sizes with a different logo. So this one, I have let me know if I'm going too fast. I have to slow it down.
No.
Okay. Somebody says, demonstrate, please. Okay. Let me demonstrate. So, you know, when I went to the funeral, I had it over my shoulders like this. I actually have a picture. I should bring the picture up. I actually had it over my shoulders like this, and I had on a black and white dress. So you could wear it like this. Let me see if I can find the picture also. So give you a better view.
I also seen like on the website you had like under like over a swimsuit like type of just draped over your.
yes, we could wear it over a swimsuit. We could wear it as a shirt also. Oh my God, that's my son in the background. So I had it. You could wear it like a shirt. You could tie it like this. I have pictures of these also. Do you want to help demonstrate?
A working mom. Hello.
So you could wear it as a shirt. You can tie it in the back. Do a little help tie in the back. You can loosen the top a little. I'm going to show the other color. So you can wear it as a shirt. We also have it in
That's cute.
green and white.
Mhm. Thank you.
All right. So that's the scarf, and they come in black, black and white, white and green, green and white, and orange and black. And I'll let you know the prices on the scarves. I think the scarves are 10. The big one is 10, and the small one, they are 5. So this is the smaller scarf. You can wear it as a headband around your head. You can also wear it around your neck. And you could tie it like what do they call it? The air hostess on the plane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wear it like also. And I
That's
do have
cute.
it in black. I do have it in black. And these are 5.
Okay.
Also, I have sunglasses. These are aviator sunglasses. This one is a champagne color. You know, you go to the islands in the sun.
Mm-hmm. Thank
Pretty
you.
cute. You could pair it with your this orange scarf also. Demonstrate this. And you can put this around your head. Tie this around your head. This, like so.
Cute.
You know, so this is you on the beach.
Yep. Beach
And
ready.
Beach ready, right?
Yeah.
Sunglasses. I had a few different colors. So this one comes in champagne, black. What the color I have in this? Champagne and black. I think that's it.
Well, the list of items is available on carepreneurs.com.
Yes.
Ashana Closet purchase link is on the landing page for carepreneurcircle.com. If you like anything that you've seen today, so she have silk scarves, she have socks, she have glasses, sunglasses. That's just one pair. You do have other ones listed on there. Um, what
I
else
have the
be
cheetah.
missing? Oh, your
We are,
tights, your sweatshirts.
yes. And I do have this set also. I already have it on a mannequin. This is the Molly set.
Is that a loungewear or that's
Yes.
outerwear?
It's a loungewear.
Okay, cute.
So it's a crop top. Crop logo top. My logo on here and the shorts. It's a very cute set, you know. You can lounge around.
Do it just come in that color only, or it comes in more than
So
that?
we have it in blue and green. So this is the blue color that we have it in. It's a pretty nice royal blue color. And also it comes in this green.
Okay, that's pretty.
And the sizes that I have available, they're on carepreneur.com, the website. So you could click on it and see what we have available. This is called the Molly set. It is $45.
Okay, that's super cute.
Yes, thank you. And I think that is it.
That's everything.
That's everything that we have. I think I might be. Let me see. I'm missing a sunglasses. Okay. This one. We also have this sunglass. This one, it comes in champagne, black and white also. And it is logoed Aishana's Closet logo on it.
Yeah. And the summer is coming. Everybody going to need some sunglasses for your little outfits and the cookouts.
And right. And all the vacations and everything.
Being on the beach. So again, thank you for being a member of the Carepreneur Circle. Nikki's Ashana Closet apparel is listed on carepreneurcircle.com. You'll see her payment link there. So please just go on to the website and you'll see her link along with Yanae's. Does anybody have any question for Nikki? Any question from the group?
Questions?
Anything that you would like to see further?
Any questions?
Any questions, baby?
Questions?
We waiting for them.
I see no questions.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you, Nikki.
You're welcome.
So we'll give our next speaker a few minutes to get themselves together. Anna, you can switch the screen for us, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds or so. All right. So next up, thank you for coming back. And next up will be Nakia and CJ. They will have our information, our important. These are our money people, okay, guys. The part of Carepreneur Circle member group. They make sure that we keep our money straight. Have an accountant and a CPA, correct? All right. So I will let y'all take it away.
Thank you, Erica. Hello. Wait, like this is my first time getting on and sharing the stage with my sister / business partner, Nikia. We've shared beds, we've shared stories. This is my sister. Hello. So I'm just taking the time because I'm fanning out right now and I'm gonna take a picture. How is everyone doing? Thank you so much, Erica, for this amazing opportunity. Carepreneur Circle is where it's at, right? I need y'all to go to carepreneurcircle.com and join the group. Y'all saw it's a special price. Join the group, join the group, join the group. I'm gonna tell you why it's a benefit to join the group, right? So we have people like it's truly a sisterhood. You know, not
Mhm.
it's not a man shaming thing. You know, it's a sisterhood. Man, we love y'all. We love y'all. But you know, it's a sisterhood thing, right? So you have one of the sisters in the group, like Donna. Donna is not able to join tonight. So I'm going to be the first person to tell you still go support Donna at donnajanelle.com. You know, I'm going to be the person
Right.
to tell you to still go on that website and go check out every person that's in the room. So we're growing. So if you're a business owner, you're like, man, they're still shouting out my stuff and I'm not able to be here there. That is what, priceless?
Yeah, because
Because
it's a whole list of us on there, you know, it's the
yes,
whole list of people that's on there that couldn't join tonight. But, you know, we just going to
yes.
keep on filtering through until y'all see enough of us that y'all know the entrepreneur circle is out here.
That's right. That's right. So my if for those who don't know me, my name is Shaquanda. They call me CJ. I'm an accountant, been over 30 years. That's telling my age. And what I love to do is help business owners and individuals such as yourselves take care of your financial planning. I have my sister over there to, I guess, my left, your right, however it go. Do you want to give your own do you do your own introduction? Because you look
Sure.
like sis.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Nakia Johnson. I'm a licensed CPA, and I've been in the profession for over 20 years, I believe. So we're just here. We want to share, like CJ mentioned. Um, it's important. I know the both of us, we love working with small businesses. We love helping to educate our clients. We love providing knowledge to our clients. Sometimes maybe a little bit much, but that's okay because we don't want you to be ignorant about what's going on in your business. That's very, very important from a financial perspective. So thank you again, Erica. Thank you, Carepreneur Circle, for allowing us to share tonight. We're excited to share. It may not be the most exciting topic, but everybody has to cross this bridge one day, one way or the other. So we just want to share.
Right, which is why I'm the girl. You know, I am an accountant for real. Like I'm a nerd as well, but I'm usually the hype girl. You know, and the kid get hyped too. You gotta get it there. But that's why we're such a great team because don't let it fool you. She get hyped to our background. We are from the New Orleans area, so we Big Easy. It's in our blood. It's in our bloodline. But of course, we like to party and be Big Easy. But it's times like these when we are in so many unknown times and these tumultuous times, and a lot of you all reach out to us. You don't know if you're going to have a job from day to day. You get these memos and emails, and it is just so much unknown. There's budget cuts. um Nikia, I did a training today, and normally a training, all day training, we would at least get some food, anything. They were like, food ain't on the budget no more. God, we can't even get food. All day training, and for you guys who are here, food is tax deductible. I'm like, so they can write it off, Nikia, but they still just don't even have it in the budget. So right now, again, it's a lot going on, sister. I don't know about you, and you feel like we really do love people, and we clearly we want to help them so much. We want to help you so much because the goal is for us is there's some really uh strong numbers and metrics out there that says that let me just say it how I feel. It's Black History Month. That Forbes magazine has said that Black people generational wealth gap is going to be 0 by 2053. So that is a moment for me. Where's Yane? Yes, Yane, until we get to that point where we can get into the realm where there is no spoon and we can manifest money coming to us without money, because once you realize that's just using that currency, Yane's on another platform, another realm where she doesn't need the currency, if you will, the dollar bills or the crypto. She's in a place where she gets her needs and sustainability elsewhere. So until we get to that point, until we realize that it really is, there is no spoon, and I'm gonna say that's all I'm gonna say about that. Yes, we will be able to. Yane says she needs some money. Yes, but the thing is, when you really, is it the money you need, or is it more mindset you need? What you think, Kia? Do you? The reason why I say that is, Nikia, don't you, as accountants, we always be able to find money with our clients. Talk about that.
That's a great perspective. I think now where I've seen a lot of businesses is just the tracking piece. Like, you don't know what you don't know. So I've been saying this kind of lately. It's like when there are the years of plenty, right? When we're able to pay things and we're able to hire people and we're able to build and increase our businesses, we're able to spend more, and that's great. But then when years of lean come, like I'm noticing there are some businesses right now that are in a lean period where it's like, okay, now we have to backpedal. What were we spending money on? What if we have different aspects of our business, which one is profitable for us or not? And that's a very, very big point, is to know your numbers. I mean, it's challenging to make business decisions when you don't know your numbers. It's challenging to pivot if you don't know your numbers. I think many businesses now that are pivoting, that are changing maybe some of the ways that they're doing things, are thriving during this time, and some of them are not. And even for those individuals who may not have, if someone is listening and they don't have a business, it's knowing where you're going before you even make that decision. If you're like, hey, I want to get into business, great. This is the time to have a conversation with someone like CJ or myself. And if you go to carepreneurcircle.com, I know CJ is offering some ebooks, and I actually am offering a discount in a consultation. But this is the time when if you have conversations or just need to bounce ideas or questions off, like CJ mentioned, can we help business owners find money, quote unquote? Typically when we sit down with clients, it's definitely a conversation where we're like, well, hey, have you considered this or have you considered that? So we give a different perspective, and I think that's beneficial for business owners and even those who are anticipating on starting a business.
I was on mute. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. That's a very good answer. And there was a question that came in. I don't know if you saw that question, and I'm so glad the question came up. So the question was, people are scared to file. And I know how many of you all out there don't, we can't see y'all, but how many are scared to file because they think it's a waste of time because of the unknown right now. What will we say to them? What will we say to you is, we know you may be scared to file. We know there are those who may say, why do I file? I'm not going to get anything back. Why do I even be bothered with it? Um, what I would say, and Nikia, I want you to chime in. Um, why we scared to file? And the truth of the matter is, let's just take it from the code. It is, we can debate about the amendment on who's supposed to file, and we can debate about that. But we can say, from a scriptural standpoint, pay Caesar what Caesar's. What I say is, let's just not don't give them a tip. There are legal loopholes out there with your name on it. And that's where the go to carepreneurcircle.com. There's an ebook about that has several, and we have a very good rate right now, usually $29, and now it's only $19. So for the cost of a coffee, I can't even say a lunch anymore, a coffee, that invest in yourself, and it's tax deductible. And also too, a lot of you all don't know this. That question came about, and I want to say, Nikki, I had about 3 people this week that said, that's all I'm getting. I'm not getting anything. Well, maybe I just shouldn't file. And I said, okay, well, you have to file. I mean, no, you don't have to. But there could very well be a failure to file penalty that will be assessed if you do not file. And the failure to file penalty, it's hundreds of dollars if you do not file. So something that may cost hundreds can turn into thousands very quickly, because then you'll have interest on top of that and penalties on top of that. So what do you say to that, Nikia?
Yeah, I mean, I understand the uncertainty, but I also think it's better to know than to not know. So for example, if you are due a refund, if you don't file within a certain time frame, there's a possibility that that refund will not be given to you. Right now, I believe it's a 3-year period. So just know, I don't like to say, well, I'm just not going to do it because I don't know. That's why we're here to help like bring, and some people are like, well, I don't understand, or I have questions. That's why we're here. We're here, we're here to help. Find some people who you like, you trust, and you respect, and you can have those questions with, especially if you're a business owner. Because if you're like, well, I didn't know, or I wasn't sure, and also now is not the time to do tax planning. You plan during the year. So if you're like, well, why do I owe, or why am I not getting a refund, and it's February, those are excuse me, those are conversations that you should be having throughout the year. It shouldn't be a mystery, or you're not sure by February, when you have to file in April, how you did in the previous year. So another thing is, especially have those conversations throughout the year. If there's a change, if you're not understanding something, if you're wondering, am I profitable in this? What's going on? During the year is the time to have those conversations. But yeah, I understand it's the unknown. We're not sure what's going on in the world, but right now we still operate under a tax code, and I don't really foresee that changing. I don't know. I can't speak to government or politics. I will stay in my lane. I won't do that. But right now, we're still operating under a tax code. So I think it's better to be knowledgeable and have an understanding than to just turn away and say, I'm just not going to do it.
Yes, I laugh because we are truly in a moment. Do you ever think we'll get to a point where we really don't know what's going on? I can't even say from day to day. I can truly say from hour to hour. So at this hour, there is still a tax code. Next hour may be something different. So as long as you all are open to pivot, and guess what? If like Outcast said, Kia, if you scared, say you scared. And then hire the help that you need. And allow us to help you because we're not scared. We have been fighting this company, this private company called the Internal Revenue Service. And you understand? Did you get what I was putting down, Kia? Not the government company, this private company. She ain't gotta say it. I'ma say it. So we have fiduciary responsibility to you all, right? And it's okay to be afraid, but again, I'm going to ask you a question. What are you afraid of? Let's start there. Where's this fear come in? Maybe you should book an appointment with Yane and let's talk about this fear. I mean, because once you free your mind, I'll tell anybody, scared money don't make no money at all. And this is clearly this is money. It's currency. So we have to earn it. We have to attract it with joy and ease, not through fear. Because when we're afraid, I remember, Yanni, I could attest, Nikia, can we share? All my life I've been fearful. All my life I've been afraid of everything. Look, she's shaking her head. I'm going to testify. And so guess what all of that fear did to me? It didn't serve me well. It affected my nervous system. It affected my autoimmune system. That fear it just doesn't serve me anymore. Then you get to a point. Now for me, I'm almost 50 and I get to a point where I'm not afraid of anything. I hope you will learn these lessons way before 50. So when you realize truly that there is no spoon, you can truly have whatever you say, then it's just a matter of hiring the help, the right help that you need to help you get to meet your goals and get you to that point. Now, another question. What if you owe money, but you don't have the money to pay up front? How could we help? That's a very good question. Now, Nikia, you want to take that one? Because a lot of people will say, I know I'm going to owe the IRS, but I'll just file, what's that word we always say? We file a 6-month extension. Can you talk about that, Nikia? I owe the IRS, but I just want to file a 6-month extension. Talk about that, please. Because a lot of people don't know what she's about to share.
Sure. So one piece I'll start with is I don't know. I was gonna say I'm not sure, but if you owe the IRS, I was gonna say I'm not sure if a lot of people are aware of this, but if you owe the IRS the money or the liability that's due, it's due April 15th. So even if you file a 6-month extension till October, if you owe by April 15th and you do not pay, there could be penalties and interest added until you're able to pay the liability.
Absolutely. Now, what we tell them is extension to, what do we tell them? I'm sorry. What do we tell them? It's extension to file, not extension to pay.
Correct. Now, that's one part of the equation. The second part is millions of people owe the IRS. And I know because we've been dealing with the IRS for 20 years, it doesn't bother us to call them, to question what they have on paper and things like that. That's why it's beneficial to have someone like us on your team.
Wait, are you saying the IRS make mistakes, Nikia?
And I didn't say that per se, but they very well can be. Like if you,
I'm saying they can make mistakes.
Okay, so if you if you owe money, there's several options. One, we would for example, if it's a return that we haven't filed, we will look at the return and see if why you owe and explain why you owe, so we may not have repeat the situation next year. The second piece is you can set up an arrangement. If you owe the IRS, it's not a requirement to pay them all of your liability at one time. You can set up an arrangement, one that's within your budget and within your means. Yes, interest and penalties are still going to accrue because you still owe the money. It's like a bill, if you will, like a credit card bill. You still pay interest and penalties, but you can set up a payment arrangement. I was going to say one other thing, CJ, but it looks like you want to say something. I can't remember right now.
I always want to say something. My sister, girl, go ahead. Oh, okay. So listen, if what about if you were affected by the fires or all of these tornadoes, hurricanes, etc., etc.? They may possibly have extensions for you. And I know a lot of people, we literally get a bill from the IRS, Kia, and we know this, that they're like, I don't care what the IRS says. I don't care about the number they put on this paper. I'm going to pay them. I'm going to pay the amount because I don't want a problem with the IRS. I'm like, ho, pump your brakes. How do you know the number is correct? Where did they get the number from? How did they derive at the number? It doesn't matter. I just want to pay them. I don't want no problems. No, that's what we are saying is that's what you allow us to do that dirty work for you with. And you will say dirty work or scared work. It's not dirty work. It's truly just due diligence. And when I say they can make mistakes, if you get a tax bill from the IRS, 9 times out of 10, they're going to use the highest tax rate, which is 0, and say you owe a tax bill at this amount. They don't know how many dependents you may have. They don't know if you have any write-offs. They don't know if you're itemizing or using standard deductions. So again, it's always great to hire the help that you need. Book yourself an appointment with Nakia. She's a CPA, certified public accountant. And clearly, we can help support you at any level you are in your business. A lot of people may have some these myths like, oh my God, I can't afford you guys. And we always say, oh my God, you cannot afford not to pay us. Because again, invest now when it's a small dollar amount that's tax deductible. And if not, if you just pretend it's not there, that doesn't mean it's going to go away. A lot of people don't know, Kia, that the IRS can pick any tax year going back to when you first started to come back and say, hey, you owe me some money. But yet we can only go back 3 years. Would you like to speak on that?
Yeah, so before I speak on that, we're discussing the issue of like filing a return or not filing a return. I've also seen where the IRS will, like CJ mentioned, the IRS will file a return for you if you do not file. And they do not know what's going on in your life. So if you are itemizing, if you have deductions to offset this income. So I think it's urgent and important for you to file your own return. Repeat your question, CJ. What did you say?
Girl, the way my life's set up right now, I just had a call. I don't remember.
I think you were talking about going back. So yes, so if you don't file a return and you're due a refund, after the IRS will say after 3 years. So for example, if you're like, oh, back in what year are we in? 25. Oh, back in 2000, I filed a return and I'm due a refund. They can say, well, it's after 3 years of filing, or when it should have been filed, or when taxes were paid at that time. So we're not going to give you your refund. That's one thing. And then if you do not file, the IRS can come back and say, basically file a return for you. And typically they can go back if it's fraudulent, or if you what's the word I'm looking for? If you deliberately didn't include something, so they can go back at any time, because if something is fraudulent, then they could go back and do that. But like I said, I've seen where the IRS has filed a return for individuals because they did not. So my answer is always file, because especially it's current, it's fresh on your mind. If you have to go back and kind of remember sometimes what you did 2 or 3 years ago, it may be out of sight, out of mind.
Another question.
Yes.
What if the IRS is calling, asking questions about filing a refund? Do you give the IRS your information over the phone?
So I'm gonna say this gently. The first, I just heard like an alarm going beep beep. I just heard an alarm. In my opinion, in my factual opinion, the IRS is not going to call you. They are not going to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, we're calling you about money that we owe you." That's for and that's a for sure right on. They're not gonna call, the IRS is not gonna call you and say we owe you money. The IRS is not gonna call you and say, hey, we want to help you with your return. I believe maybe a year or 2 years ago, I heard that people were getting calls from the IRS and they were giving information. I think that is a scam. Even if it sounds legitimate, typically, if you've ever dealt with the IRS, most likely they'll send you a letter. I don't think that there are any representatives from a factual, legal, from a person that they're just not going to call you. So if someone is calling you, I would say don't answer. I wouldn't even, say, who is this? Because I'm hearing now where you can, if you say yes, or like if you say, if they ask you for your name, hey, is this such and such? You can say yes, and they can record your voice. I mean, there's so many different things. So if ever you get a call from, if it's not a call back, if you don't initiate a call first, do not give anybody your information, because I doubt that is legitimate.
Well, the IRS has not. First of all, they don't have the bandwidth. They don't have enough employees. And from my understanding today, there's some talks about them being laid off and packages and all of that thing. So I'm just trying to take it from today. They're not going to call. That is a flim flam scam. That's my word.
Text, or email.
Yes, or text or email.
Right.
They will send letters. Now, you may get some overlapping letters because, in my opinion, I believe this may be some type of robots or something, because a lot of you all may say, man, I filed or whatever and I got a letter. Just calm down. Just give it to us. Let us do the due diligence for you. Whatever you do, don't pay. Whatever you do not give them your information. It is unbelievable the amount of fraud that goes on. And we have a lot of things we have to do as far as due diligence that we have to do, and we have, that's another thing, Nikhil, like when you hire us, we have proper protocol, we have secure portals, we have due diligence and things that we want to do to make sure that we keep your information private. Also to which, if we don't care, if we have clients who are A-listers that you guys see on movies every day, or we have mom and pop, it doesn't matter. Our firm, we are very strict on fiduciary responsibility. We're very strict on, you will not see a social media post with, hey, this A-lister is our client, or hey, let me tell you what happened with Nikia's tax return. None of that. So what we want you all to know is, it is there's a lot of calls. Now, we'll tell you this, Nikia, it's not, it's slim to none, but I have heard that the IRS have started hiring outside collection agencies to help them to collect. It may, I've had a client or two, and I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's a certain region, because we service clients in all of 50 states and overseas, gentlemen. So I'm not sure if it's a certain region. We haven't been able to get the metrics on that, but it does happen. So what are some of the takeaways, Nikia, I know we're approaching our time, what are some of the things you want to leave our future carepreneur circle, family, sisterhood, and the people for this evening? Because it's always awesome time.
Yeah, first, I definitely want to give a shout out to Carepreneur Circle. It is a group of ladies. We support each other. We're all business owners. And it's actually open to individuals who want to join, this network of individuals. We support each other. We're actually doing this live. And if you go to carepreneurcircle.com, several of the ladies that are part of the circle are offering deep discounts for their products and services. So please go support. And thank you to the ladies. Thank you to Erica for allowing us to share. Just some of the key takeaways we've been talking about. My sister is 30-year experienced accountant. I'm 20 plus year experience in accounting. And so some of the takeaways is, you don't have to do this by yourself. I know CJ has heard this. I've heard this. And I want to dispel some of those myths, like, I can't afford your services. And as CJ mentioned, you can't afford not to hire us. Like, just have the conversation. I'm offering a discount for a consultation. I know CJ has ebooks, but you don't know what you don't know. I mean, we can come up with an agreement. You may not need my service for the whole year. You may need my service for the whole year, but just have the conversation. So another takeaway is, work with someone. If it's not us, it's okay. But work with someone you like, trust, and respect. If you have an accountant or someone on your staff and you receive a letter from the IRS, if you receive a letter from the IRS, reach out to the individual before, I'm going to just handle it on my own. That's why you have them on your team. If the IRS calls you, texts you, email you, I would say don't respond. I've never seen, out of 20 plus years and 30 for my sister, of years dealing with the Internal Revenue Service, they will not pick up the phone and call you. It's almost like the police calling you and say, I'm gonna come arrest you. That's not gonna happen. That's not going to happen. But it's good though, because people are like, oh, well, I got a letter in the mail, so they calling me about the letter I got in the mail. So just be mindful of that, always, especially if someone prepares your tax return, regardless of what the letter may say, reach out to them, because they could give you some insight before addressing it with the IRS. And my thing is, you don't also, I think I said this before, you don't know what you don't know. So have a conversation with a tax professional. Just get some of your questions answered. Now is a time where they want to start businesses, they want to pivot their business, they want to scale their business. All of those are perfect times to have a conversation with your tax professional. If I scale my business and I grow, what does that look like, from a tax perspective? If I want to start a business, knowing what type of business entity do I start? All of those are vital questions that you have. And also, I know it's tax season, but once your tax return is completed, it's a good time to start tax planning. Planning and preparation are two different things. Now it's a good time to start planning for 2025, and then preparing yourself for what your year is going to look like. So don't wait. CJ?
And one of the things I know I struggle with, I don't have QuickBooks, and I mean, you all work with a lot of small business, right? That I always feel like, oh my God, I got to figure out all these receipts and what goes what and what goes where. But it's good to know that I know you guys do help with that. After we upload it into the portal, which was like, is a big thing for me, because I'm like, oh my God, so much to go through. So that's also like a huge help, because of course I would love to afford QuickBooks and just have everything neatly and as a package for you guys. But a lot of small business don't have those type of programs in place. So
Great perspective. I think we still, like, in another key takeaway is to what would help us is, if you had not will help us, but also important for you as a business owner, is have a separate bank account. Like, if you don't have QuickBooks, that's fine. If you're like, here are my statements, we can work with that. A few takeaways is, have a separate bank account. Do not commingle or mix your personal expenses with your business expenses. Try to avoid using cash or paying for things with cash, because sometimes you forget that receipt, or you may lose it. And I'm not saying you have to get a business credit card. That's your choice. But even if you had a debit card and you're like, well, I don't have the receipt, but it's on my bank statement, then that's a way to track, for sure. So great point. I mean, QuickBooks is easy, it's user friendly, but if there are several business owners that we service that don't have that, and we're like, do you have bank statements? Then we can work with that. Or do you have a box of receipts? We can work with that too. So
yes, we old school. And the thing is, you know what else, guys? If you're ever audited, and it's our job to always look at the lens that somebody else is a stakeholder in your tax return. In the event there's an audit, if there's an audit, the world's not coming to an end. It's okay, especially if you hire the help that you need. I will always say, do not go into audit by yourself. Definitely do not do that. Going back to what Nikhil was saying about the cash, for when there's an audit and the IRS looks at your bank statement and see that there's cash transactions, and there's no memo, if you will, not Zelle, but this I'm talking about before the world of Zelle. Normally, they would think of that as income. They would say, "Oh, okay, that's income. What'd you do with the cash?" Oh, well, and once you do that, they're like, okay, in their mind, that's income. So they're like, okay, that should have been on your tax return as income, and it's disallowed, which is the word that they use. It'll be disallowed to write off. So it's very important. It's extremely important. Wherever you are, we are in your in your business. Shoebox, it's okay. You know, if you just have your bank account, it's okay. If you are commingling right now, it's okay. Do not feel like you got to get it all together and then call us. It's okay. Allow us to help you. We'll help you segregate things out, and then we'll show you how to have separate accounting, and then it'll be better for you. So clearly, we just want to be able to support you. We want you to be able to, you work hard for your monies. We don't want to, by no means are we saying not to pay any taxes. We're just utilizing this beautiful tax code that was afforded to us as business owners. And we just don't want to give Uncle of the Sam, of Sam's uncle, a tip. And that's it, that's all. And so that, Nikia, you that was great, great takeaway. Again, thank you so much, Erica. Thank you so much for this platform. I tell you all, the name of the game is partnership, partnership, partnership. I am even open to bartering my services. Eggs are $10. So if you have some eggs on the farm, and I have 3 small kids, so I can take a little payment over here, little eggs over here. I'm going back to the old time way, because that is truly the seems like the way we need to go. So I'm open. Mhm.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you guys so much for coming on and sharing so much information, great questions, and y'all was right on top of answering it. Um, Again, thanks for everybody who have joined in tonight. um, Welcome to the Carepreneur Circle. We are a group of entrepreneur women that are committed to helping each other out, pulling each other businesses up, being here for the system, working together, sharing information, sharing knowledge, giving encouragement, talking about failures and successes, because we have a bunch of successes in this group. Very smart, successful women that have a lot of knowledge to share. Please become a member of the Carepreneur Circle community. I'm sure that you would gain something from it. Again, all of our members tonight that have presented, and members from our first Shop Live, and members that will be on next week. Everybody is on that Carepreneur Circle purchase link. Just go down the link and support whatever group or services that you can or interested in. And we will see you guys again very soon. I think we're trying to come out again next Thursday and spend some time with you all and offer our services and products and continue to grow our community and reach more entrepreneur women. And come on into the circle. Come on in, join in, join the circle. Have a good night. I'll see you guys soon on the other side.